Hello, Virgo. This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot here to look at you starting August 25th, 2025. Virgo, I hope all is well. Virgo, I definitely will remember to miss you guys this time around. For some strange reason, I go through recording these videos, and once the editing is done, whatnot, and I go to publish. Always seem to forget one side too. So this time around, I'll make sure that you guys will be listed. Okay. Anyway, so we're going to take a look at some energy here for you, Virgo. Definitely, because of last week's video here, I always forget to, remember the breakoff or the cutoff dates for the next sign that I'm about to read for their upcoming birthdays. And so you guys fall into the category of your birthday energies changes for the weekend starting the 23rd. So I do want to wish all the Virgos who are celebrating their birthday this upcoming weekend. Since I didn't, mention it in the last recording that I did for you for last week, a very happy and safe birthday celebration. For any Virgo who is celebrating their birthday this week, to you too, a very happy and safe birthday celebration. All right. The deck I am using will be listed in the description box. Of course, many new subscribers to the channel, I definitely appreciate you. Will not be reading any reversals. All right, so energy's here for Virgo. Now, I always say that when your birthday rolls around here, usually is good. It's usually met with good tidings, though. The sun always returns to the moment of your birth. So we'll see what the cards want to say for you in terms of your birthday energy. Energy's here for Virgo. All right, let's cut the deck and begin the messages for you, Virgo. And we're going to start off with the very first card in energy for you. We're going to start off with the Ace of Swords. Okay, in this case, this particular deck I'm using basically is like a regular playing cards deck, right? But it still will represent the elements and the court cards and stuff. They will be present, so no worries or concerns about that. So anyway, victory and success. Ace of Swords, Ace of Spades in this case. Victory and success, gaining some sort of insight and clarity on any given situation, maybe involving a situation, person, or event. First actions, first moves. Discovering some sort of excitement or new adventure. That's always the Ace of Swords. Following the Ace of Swords, now we have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups here just simply represents a no drama week for Virgo, right? You may have or you may not have dealt with anything emotional last week, and it doesn't always have to account for 8 things. It could be just one thing that you dealt with. Well, whatever you could have dealt with, Virgo, that's being put behind you, all right? So you've dealt with it. Maybe you come to some sort of resolve, but you don't want to deal with it this week. So this is why I'm calling it a no drama week for you. Eight of Cups. Now we have the King of, this would be the King of, the clubs will represent the Wands, okay? So this is the King of Wands. King of Wands here is what you're focused on, Virgo, what you're going after. Very intense energy here. Passionate, very passionate energy as well, fiery. Okay. Of course, it's a court card. They can express themselves in a sexual manner, which is usually pretty good. But anyway, the king is going after. So you have to place yourself in the base of the king, and that's you. Whatever it is that you're going for, you're attempting this week, it's going to be met with a great deal of intensity, passion, fiery energy, right? King of Clubs. King of Wands could also send in a burst of energy here for any Virgo who is pursuing some sort of creative aspects or endeavors, okay, to help you along the way. That would be the King of Clubs. All right, so following that, now we have the Jack of Spades. Jack of Spades would be the Knight of Swords. Okay, so the Knight of Swords would then represent facing in the past direction. I always say most decks that I use, the Jack of Swords is always faced in the past direction. Maybe there's an action or a decision. It mirrors over there to the Ace of Swords. So that's also to an action or a decision. Maybe something representing something that you are going to move forward with this week that relates to your past. Now, it doesn't necessarily always have to be. Well, with this Knight of Swords showing up in your spread for this week, it could be anything connected to the King of Wands, the King of Clubs, in terms of pursuing, a new relationship. It could be pursuing a new job or a career change or something like that, maybe in the past you didn't have the opportunity or the time. Maybe this time around, you're in pursuit of that energy. And then you get the King of Wands to help you with all of that. Okay, so that is the Knight of Swords. Following the Knight of Swords here for you, Virgo, we have the Three of Swords. Okay, so we got the Three of Swords in the spread. Not to worry here. It just usually means that someone who comes along and sees the video, it may just relate to them. And, the Three of Swords doesn't always relate to separation, divorces and stuff like that. It could be that you're just having to deal with conflicting energies that may be involving your family, involving your romantic partner, could be your friends, could be your co-workers. Typically, the Three of Swords just means that, relative to the messages is, basically still would say, divorces, pending divorces, third party in play when it comes to romance. I always get that it could be a break in communication with Virgos who are in partnerships and stuff, and there's some sort of distance that separates you. Pet loss, pet gets away, family is left grieving. But it might be just, three things going on involving, a particular relationship, but doesn't always indicate a split. Now, I am going to throw a clarifier on this Three of Swords here, and we're going to ask, why did the Three of Swords show up here for Virgo this week? What is going on here? Now, let me reshuffle the deck. I hate to reshuffle the deck, but in this here, since we need a clarifier, we're going to reshuffle this deck and see if we can hone in on the energy of the Three of Swords and why it's present in your spread. Why did that Three of Swords show up here? It could be for this reason. Okay, it could be for money reasons. Okay, the Six of Diamonds, Six of Pentacles would represent, there could be some sort of choices, hard choices, maybe three choices, Virgo, involving money matters for you this week. All right, still, when I use a clarifier, I don't extend the energies that relate to the card, specifically involving the other attributes. So we're sticking just for clarifying this Three of Swords. And it also too could be because it is the Pentacles of Virgo. I always talk about when it comes to a separation, someone, possibly leaving their place of employment. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that, you're giving up on work altogether. It could mean that you're leaving one job for another job. It also could, because the Six of Pentacles then would mean that the separation warrants you to leave because you're being offered more money. Okay, maybe better benefits. It also could indicate that the Six of Pentacles, clarifying the Three of Swords, could be that someone is retiring from their work. Okay, keep that in mind as well. All right, so following the Six of Pentacles here, clarifying the Three of Swords, now we have the Ten of Cups. Okay, so the Ten of Cups shows up here for those Virgos who are celebrating their birthdays. Again, it's always about celebrations. Anniversaries, birthdays, could be, invites to parties and picnics. So we're winding down for the, the summer here, getting ready, to go into fall. And sometimes people get together just to do that last get together with family members, friends, romantic partners. It could be that someone gets married here, right? Even number of cups on an emotional scale. What you give this week is what you're going to get back in return. Again, for those Virgos who are celebrating your birthday, this Ten of Cups is here for that. Ten of Cups is also too in the group of cards that I say if you receive it in your spread, Virgo, then you may already be receiving that energy from the people that you are closest to. Family members, friends, romantic partners, could be co-workers. Following the Ten of Cups here, now we have the Three of Cups. See, again, birthday celebrations. There you go. Something to be happy and joyous about, celebrating with family members, friends, spending quality time with family members, friends, co-workers after work for happy hour. Birthdays, celebrations, anniversaries, you name it. All right, so up next now we have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, Seven of Spades here just simply means, in terms of how I read it, that people that you may have cut yourself away from or distance yourself from now sits underneath the Knight of Swords. So that could be, a message that is coming through here. It's a friend that you had cut yourself off, and maybe it was somebody, related to your past or something like that. Family member, distance yourself from friends. Maybe it's ex-romantic partners. All right. Now, the Seven of Swords here in the presence of your spread doesn't necessarily mean that you're still dealing with that energy, that you may have cut them off and you're still dealing with it, but it always gives me that impression that there's always the potential of a return. So if these people that you have already cut yourself from, distance yourself from, return, make sure that you are using your best judgment. Be very discerning in terms of allowing them to re-enter your space, Virgo, because I'm telling you, they are going to do what they're going to do. I'm sorry, is just create more chaos and conflicting energies for you. All right. So use discretion here. If it is not that you're dealing with this week here, Virgo, then it could be material things that, resurface. Always get a return on material things or, material things being rediscovered or found that you thought you lost, misplaced, put down, forgotten about. That energy always comes before the Seven of Swords. All right. So additional messages here. Let's throw some additional messages here for you. We're going to throw the Queen of Swords on top of the Six of Pentacles. All right. So the Queen of Swords, she can be very communicative, but she can also be very into gossiping. So make sure that you are not entertaining gossip and make sure that you're not putting the gossip out there. Otherwise, the Queen will still be anything connected to a Virgo that I'm reading for and having to do, again, a major decision or take some sort of major action against or for something this week. All right. So you figure the two corners already got decision-making cards, the Ace of Swords, as well as the Knight of Swords. So here we have the Queen of Swords that's in play. All right. This is usually major. Following the Queen of Swords on top of the Ten of Cups, now we have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, when it comes to those actions or decisions, Virgo, whatever it is that you're about to do, stand your ground. Stick to whatever it is that you're about to do, okay? Because if you don't, this is a card that comes through as a reminder as your regrets, okay? If you do not follow through with whatever it is that you are trying to, implement this week for yourself when it comes to a decision or an action. If you do, then you have no worries here. There's no regrets to be found or made. All right, or to endure with. All right, so following the Seven of Wands on top of the Three of Cups, now we have the King of Cups, okay? So father of all love, nurturing, caring, supportive. Definitely, he's very intuitive. This is male energy, so it could be the males that are surrounding you, Virgo. It could be the male subscribers that come to the channel to see the videos. You're full of love, okay? Again, it's part of the group of cards, in alignment with the Ten of Cups. If you receive this card, then this is what you could be already receiving from those that are dearest and nearest to you. Again, family members, friends, romantic partners. Very intuitive. So even if the prospects of the Seven of Swords and someone that you have distanced yourself off from, disconnected your energies away from, you'll be very intuitive because the King will come in here to assist you to know that these people are up to no good. So make sure you're paying attention to your intuition. The first impressions that you get in your gut, Virgo, is always the correct answer, also along with the inner voices that you hear as well. But you have to be careful when it comes to the inner voices, though, because you have to distinguish whether or not The inner voice that you hear is not your own ego, as opposed to, energies that are there in terms of a voice to benefit you in the overall. Okay. Because sometimes our egos will get in our way, and it might be the ego voice that we're hearing. Okay. As opposed to the guidance voice that we are, needing to hear. So be careful with that. Also, the King of Cups has the ability, Virgo, to bring and pull together and form new romantic partnerships as well as platonic friendships. The last card that I have for you, Virgo, on the Seven of Swords is the Queen of Wands. Wow. Okay, so you got a lot of people here in this spread. So I think there's going to be a lot of interactions dealing with people. Could be family members, friends, romantic partners, could be co-workers. Queen of Wands is just like that King of Wands. Very intent, fiery, focused on something, normally going after whatever they are focused on. Very intense passion. She can express her way in a sexual manner as well. All right, so this is what I have for you this week, Virgo. And to be honest with you, it's not bad. It's just how I interpret the cards, and we have to see how the energies unfold for you. Always take what's going to work for you. Leave the rest alone. Do not focus your energy solely on that Three of Swords. Again, it only comes through for someone who knows exactly why it is there. Okay. And like I said, I gave you my input in terms of what could be going on, that there's some conflicting energies that may be going on with Virgos involving their financial money or affairs. It could be someone separating from work, someone retiring from work. All right. So additional messages here, since I don't do the love readings as often as I used to, I'm just going to throw some messages here from the Message of Love Oracle deck. And you can use these messages towards the relationship that you may be in, or there could be a potential. It could also be for the single Virgos as well. All right, just messages, and if they're useful, so be it. If not, don't worry about it. I think I'm going to throw 3 cards. All right, additional messages from the Messages of Love Oracle deck for Virgo. All right, so here we go, Virgo. The first message for you is values. We have too many differences. Okay. Next message is unfinished business. We still have things to resolve and discuss. Third message and final message is unworthy. You're a better person than I am. All right, so there we have it. All right, so this is again Soul from Intuitive Tarot here, delivering messages for my Virgos this week. Happy birthday to those who are celebrating. Please be safe, enjoy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Always come back to get more of these messages from me, Virgo, and I will talk to you real soon. Ciao.